Come on in to Toyota of Hollywood, where curiosity and extraordinary deals await you. Your golden ticket buys a 2025 Corolla, not $26,000, $17,988. And we've got sweet deals with 0% financing for 72 months, 0 down. Enter our world of wonder, and we'll show you why we're the #1 volume Toyota dealer. Toyota of Hollywood on 441 between Hollywood Boulevard and Sheridan Street. Open till midnight.
Set the rhythm of your smart home with Sloman Shield Blink, the new integrated smart home platform that automates your life just the way you want it. Sloman Shield Blink, be the maestro of your own home.
When it comes to your smile, confidence is so important. At Moody S Dental, they provide the services to get your smile back. This family-run practice prides itself by offering the latest technology to give your family the best experience possible. Moody S Dental has been in business for over 30 years with offices in Hialeah and Plantation. They accept most major dental insurances. They provide free new patient exams, 20% off select treatments. To qualify, please follow us on Instagram at moodys.dental. Moody S Dental has been in business for over 30 years. To schedule an appointment in Hialeah, call 305-821-0231 and Plantation 954-692-6825. From Invisaligns, dental implants, same-day crowns, and the preventative care and preservation to get your smile back. Go to moodysdental.com to find out more and tell them Big O sent you.
There's just one place to enjoy your Acura Summer of Performance event, Acura of Pembroke Pines. So hit the road in the new ADX, $289 a month. Acura of Pembroke Pines, the #1 volume Acura dealer.
Welcome to Caneswear. New store, new items, same great experience. Family owned and operated since 2010, Caneswear has the latest merchandise from the Miami Hurricanes, Miami Dolphins, Florida Panthers, Inter Miami CF, and more. Come visit us at our store in Davie on University Drive, just south of 595, or online at caneswear.com. Caneswear, the spot Miami fans shop.
Hi, this is Jeff, formerly of Welton Rayon, PA, a longtime sponsor of the Big O Show. Now that Dan retired, I opened Welton Associates. I started this firm with a simple belief. When you hire a lawyer, you should be able to talk to your lawyer. For nearly 30 years, I have helped Floridians through serious legal problems. At my firm, you get direct access to me, clear communication, and a lawyer who knows the details of your case. I believe technology should make legal representation easier, not more impersonal. At Welton Associates, you get direct access to me, clear answers, personal attention, and real advocacy. Look us up at weltlawfirm.com or give me a call at 954-966-4646. Consultations are always free, and let me know that you found me at the Big O Show.
There's just one place to enjoy your Acura Summer of Performance event, Acura of Pembroke Pines. So hit the road in the new RDX, $419 a month. Acura of Pembroke Pines, the #1 volume Acura dealer.
The viewpoint statements or beliefs expressed on the following program by the host, guests, or callers are not necessarily the opinions of FantasyXS.com, Media Group Inc. ownership, management, sponsors, or website.
Boys and girls, welcome aboard. Time to rock and roll on the show. We are coming to you live from the beautiful Acura of Pembroke Pines. I did not set up my my usual stuff here, my iPads and all that good stuff. Welcome aboard, folks. Hope everything is sounding a little better because we ended up changing up a couple of things here. As technology changes, you kind of adjust with all of it. And so hopefully we're sounding crystal clear there. You can give us a little shout out there on the comments and tell us that everything is going well. We appreciate you all out there as always. Thank you all. Give us a thumbs up. Make sure you hit the like button. We are out here 15601 Pines Boulevard, just off of I-75 in Pines. And we will have David Furones joining us today to talk a little Miami Dolphins football. Manny Navarro will join us to talk a little Miami Hurricanes. So we'll have a little fun there. We'll get a little football talk in on a Friday. I have something for some Dolphins out there that you're probably going to get a little pissed off about it, and you probably should be when you hear the story that I've got for you guys. So we've got a bunch of stuff to talk about actually today on the program. So appreciate all of you out there as always. Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That is Cash Big O Show. You can send in your questions, comments, insults. We love them all. Appreciate it as always. France yesterday took care of business. Again, what's it called, against Morocco, 2-0. Mbappe, as always, kicking some ass. Whew. That Mbappe guy, he might be pretty good, Sean. He might be pretty good. I don't know. Anyway, so I see we're getting the thumbs up. Thank you all out there. Appreciate it as always. Mbappe, I saw something I had never seen before. In America, we love to freeze the kicker. They froze the penalty kicker yesterday. Did you guys notice that with Mbappe? It was taking forever, the VAR, and he was setting up, and then the opponents come by to mess with you, and they're, and then these soccer players are like constantly complaining and all that to the referee, and it kind of bugged him a little bit, Mbappe, and he ends up getting the PK blocked. And sure enough, the announcer started talking about all that, and I was like, "Wow, they froze the penalty kicker." That's it. It's so American that the World Cup is here in the United States. We call timeout to freeze the kicker. All that we call double timeout sometimes, like when it's at the end of the game where they got two times. That second timeout, I think they don't let you do that anymore now. I think because of that. Right? I think there's like a penalty, but they're used to like, oh no, let's just use our second timeout. What the hell? Am I gonna take it home with me? Freeze that guy. And you try to freeze the kicker. They froze the penalty kicker yesterday. Never seen that ever in my life. So I don't know, but France, man. The Italians suck at soccer, but the French, they're still dominating at soccer. By the way, what is this world coming to? Italians can't play soccer, and now they play baseball. The world's coming to an end. There's no doubt about it. Italians no longer, I mean, they haven't, I think they haven't qualified since like 3 World Cups. I want to say it's 3 World Cups. Do you know what it is for the Italians not to qualify for the last 3 World Cups? And they're in the World Baseball Classic finals? Yeah, something's going on in the world. We're not wired the right way when Italians can no longer play soccer and they're playing baseball. Yeah, that's kind of a weird thing. So Mbappe, and when we start looking at the Golden Boot standings, Mbappe is number 1 tied with Messi. Both have 8 goals right now. He leads because he has 3 assists to Messi's 1. And then Haaland is in 3rd place with 7 goals, no assists. And Harry Kane has 6 goals and 1 assist. So that's kind of the leaders for the Golden Boot. But Mbappe, at 27 years old, he's going to become the all-time leading goal scorer in World Cup history when it's all said and done, because it's not like France is going anywhere. They're a freaking world power, man. They'll be back for the next World Cup and the World Cup after that, and Mbappe is just gonna. This will be Messi's last one, so he's got a lead on Mbappe, but not for very long. Right now, Messi has 21 goals in 31 World Cup games. Mbappe has 19 goals in 19 games. He's 27 years old. He's got 19 goals in all 19 games that he's played. Is that stupid or what? Kane has 16 goals in his career. Holland, Holland has 14 goals in 14 World Cup games. He has scored a goal in every single game for Norway. It's pretty good. I saw a video of him visiting a Western wear place to get like boots, and they were fitting him for a cowboy hat, and I didn't know about this, like the way they go and humidify the hat in order to mold it for your head, and this kind of shit because you're kind of more into it than I am, but I had no idea, dude. Like, it's hardcore. So he was there, and they were treating him like a king, and he was getting his boots and all. And he looked like a freaking cowboy, when it was on. You can imagine him. You can go look for the video on YouTube. It's there. It's actually a fun video to watch. All those Norway guys, they're just having fun, dude. I mean, well, listen, I do have Spain, taking on Belgium tomorrow. Today, I'm sorry, at 3:00. Tomorrow's Norway and England and Argentina and Switzerland. What a day tomorrow for soccer. It's going to be great. And then today at 3:00, I got to see my Spanish get it done, hopefully against Belgium. But just outside of Spain, I am rooting for Norway to go all the way, because those fans, that celebration, the Haaland guy is a character. I'm having a lot of fun with the World Cup and watching it. It's sad that our team finished where they finished, but that's because, again, we don't have a Haaland. So that's just kind of the way it goes. Listen, I know Haaland. I do. I know him. I know him very, very well. But the problem is that Haaland is Jake Long in my language. You see what I'm saying? That's where, I know Mbappe, but I know him as LeBron James. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I got it. I know all these kind of soccer players, but I know them as baseball players. I know them as basketball players. I know them as football players. I know them as hockey players. I know Haaland. His name is Barkov. Yeah, I know Haaland. His name is Bill Russell. Yeah, I know the big badass. We've had them, but they play American sports. Until America develops an American badass that can play soccer, because Christian Pulisic's little fragile ass is not what we're talking about. He's not Allen Iverson. Is he Allen Iverson? Exactly. I know Allen Iverson, but I don't have an Allen Iverson that plays soccer. He's James Harden. Exactly. Very nice. So there you go. Pulisic is James Harden. Or what's the name of the dude that played for the Nets and took all that money, and the tall forward that's really soft, and Ben something. Come on, man. Ben Simmons. Ben Simmons. Yes, Ben Simmons. That's Christian Pulisic. So until I find one of those bad mother effers, okay? I know who Haaland is. His name is Jim Brown and Walter Payton, but it's not the same. So until one of our badasses goes and dominates, because that's what, when I was watching Mbappe, I'm like, he just stands out. And when you watch Haaland, he just stands out. And in order for you to stand out in the NBA, you have to be really special. And in Major League Baseball, like Shohei Ohtani is a guy that stands out. Now, he's not one of ours, but he stands out, is my point. And that's what we don't have in soccer. They're nice players, but they're not badasses. They're not feared. They don't intimidate. They don't force you to play a certain way because we've got to make sure there are 3 people around Messi. We don't have that guy. I know Messi. His name is Isaiah Thomas. Little pesky son of a bitch that's going to cut your heart out. Yeah, I know that guy. His name is Isaiah Thomas. I know him. I've seen him, but I've only seen him in other sports. I know the pesky son of a bitch that's going to cut your heart out. His name is Pete Rose. Okay? I know the guy. I've seen him. I've been at this for a while. And that's the problem. All right, let's rock and roll and have a little fun.
There's just one place to enjoy your Acura Summer of Performance event, Acura of Pembroke Pines. So hit the road in the new ADX, $289 a month. Acura of Pembroke Pines, the #1 volume Acura dealer.
There he is, the man, the myth, the legend.
Is this thing on? Is this thing on?
Larry Schlossberg. How you doing, my brother?
I'm doing great, man. This is fantastic.
Hold on. His mic, I'm not hearing him. Hold on. Do you have your mic? You have your mic. There you go.
Yeah, I think I'm on. Hello.
Hold on, Larry. I don't know if it's on my end.
Testing 1, 2.
Oh, yes. Hold on a second. Let me see the audio here.
Let's check that mic. Mic check. Mic check. Mic check.
Go ahead, Larry.
Mic
Speak
check.
again.
Mic check.
No.
Check 1. Check 2.
Are you guys hearing Larry? Yeah, go check on that side.
Yeah.
Thank
well,
you.
I mean, I'm not muted from my
Larry,
side as far as I can tell.
Sean's going to go over there to see if
all right.
if it's all kosher.
All right. Yeah. All good. Kosher.
Are you guys hearing Larry, by the way? Just out of curiosity.
We're kosher.
We're
kosher.
They can hear Larry, but I can't hear Larry.
It's mic's on, man.
That's
Mic is on.
Yeah, you could.
Okay.
All right.
Let me check it out.
It's the Big O Show. Yes.
All right.
Mic check 2. Mic check 3. Check me. Check me.
Man.
Check my mic.
How come I don't hear him? That's the weird thing.
Check my mic.
Hear him at all?
No, I don't.
Just test
Now
this.
everybody says that they're hearing them. They're hearing Larry.
We're good on the. Let's focus right? Everything.
All right.
Yeah, well, at least, yes, that's what it looks like.
Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on.
Hey,
Hold on.
it's the Big L
Hold
Show.
on. Now let's see. I'm sorry,
It's the
Larry.
Big L. Big O.
He's talking.
Give me an L.
He is talking.
Give me an L.
Now, just want to know from everybody out there, are you hearing me and you're hearing Larry?
Yeah, I hope so.
Everybody hears everyone except I don't hear Larry. So it's hard for me to have a conversation with Larry
All
without
right.
me hearing him, unfortunately. Let me see. So I don't know.
This is riveting. This is compelling
check.
radio.
Oh.
This is compelling. I'm certain everyone is at the edge of their seat listening to this dynamic performance.
We just tested it and it was working.
Yes.
Oh, Jesus.
All right.
And then
Well,
now I'm afraid I won't be able to also hear Manny. And because I just heard you. You just tested it and we just heard you. Just like, I don't get this. I'm so sorry, Larry. I'm trying. And I'm sorry for everybody out there watching.
It's all right.
Just
It's all right.
we tried this new thing that to kind of make it a little bit more efficient, and it's not being very efficient right now.
It's live radio.
Oh,
It's live.
where do you want to go? Yeah. Sorry about this. I wish we could fix this.
Okay.
This is bad. This is bad radio, bad television right now is what I'm doing. And
Yeah,
I am
I
so
would say
sorry.
so. I
I
would
don't know
say so.
why. We just tested this and it was working perfectly.
So
Don't know why I cannot hear Larry.
I recommend Plan B, buddy, so we don't lose the audience.
Larry he's trying on his end. Want to see?
Hey,
Say something?
hey.
No.
It's the Big L Show. Radio at its finest.
Try it again.
Radio Free Europe.
Oh, this is terrible.
Video killed the radio star.
No, I mean I'm talking, but it's unfortunately I don't get to. How about if disconnect my headphones? See if I hear him just straight up from the laptop.
It's the Big L Show.
Let's see.
Big L here live.
Speaker.
Big L here
There
live.
we go. There we go. We're gonna have to do it this way. How you doing, my brother? I'm so sorry.
I'm doing great, man. But I don't know if I got anything left to say. I've said so much already.
This? All right. Yeah, man. I and by the way, Larry did a great job last week. I went over to go see Doors Alive on Friday night over at the Funky Biscuit, and you guys jammed for like 2 hours, getting a full set in. That was good stuff, man.
That was a fun night. That was like standing room only, and we had a great crowd, great energy. I really appreciate you guys making the drive up to check out what's going down in the Funky Biscuit in Boca Raton.
Yep. I think this is the first time I go to see you guys and I don't hear the Wasp.
Yeah, we had to cut it. We had to cut it from the set because it's a 2-hour set, and we would have went long, and they want us done at 11.
Right. Yeah. So we had a great time. We had a great dinner and everything with it. So can't complain overall, my brother. So yeah, it was good stuff on Friday night. So talk to me a little bit, man. Or what do you got going on here at Craig Zinn's Acura of Pembroke Pines? What do we got going on?
It's the Summer of Performance Sales Event, which is a factory sponsored sales event that basically means there's more money to spend to make car deals take place. They've got special interest rates as low as 2.9, got low payments for vehicles. You can lease a brand new Integra for, I think, $239. We have it now. It's crazy. The opportunity is here. If you're driving anything, you're eligible for additional rebate monies. They haven't limited, like sometimes they do certain brands, competitive segment brands. They'll say, well, if you're driving this, you're driving that, you get a little more money than if you're driving this. No, it's open to everybody. You could be driving a Rivian, you could be driving a Porsche, you could be driving a Mitsubishi. We take them all. We love the trade-ins, and we want to put you in an Acura and make you part of the Acura Pembroke Pines family. Now, 18 years, #1 Acura dealership, Southeast U.S., fighting for #1 in the U.S. again, and it's a horse race, so we're taking all deals to make that happen.
Yeah, and you got some incredible deals going on right now. And remember, the selection The lot is always overflowing here. They got a great service center, Mike Chan, Jordan Ferber. They do excellent work as always. So let me ask you, are you watching any World Cup action?
You know, it seems to happen when I have the time because really kind of busy between my three lives, family, business, music. When I squeeze in a little time to watch a soccer game, I never seem to tune in when anybody's scoring any points. So me being an American born person, I'm used to seeing points get scored, and it's hard for me to focus on a game where nobody's scoring anything. So honestly, I guess it's exciting for some, but the U.S. is out, so I'm done.
No, yeah. No, I get. Listen, I think that's what happens to a lot of people. That once they see that the U.S. is done, they're like, yeah, the jingoistic thing just kind of gets out of it. I think in this country, the good thing is we have so many immigrants from everywhere, all over the damn
Yeah.
world,
Oh,
that
yeah.
everywhere else they play soccer.
Yeah.
They don't play it here the same way, but although the sport, the funny part is, Larry, the sport has grown like crazy. It
Absolutely.
just our national team just does not really make any progress. We stop at the top at the 16 mark. We just never cross through that. And I was just talking about that before you came on, that we don't develop any soccer badasses. We develop hockey badasses. We develop
Yeah.
NFL badasses. We NBA badasses, MLB badasses. But that's our problem with soccer. We have not developed a LeBron James in soccer. We just haven't. There's not a Michael Jordan in soccer.
Right.
And that's been, I think, our problem. That's what will get our country more excited, because we're so used to having the best stock market, the top GDP, the best military, the best sports leagues, whatever. We're kind of so spoiled at being the best at almost pretty much everything that when we're not, we don't have the same interest.
Yeah, well, maybe there's a future now that this infrastructure is being built. The guy 20 years ago didn't. He wanted to be. He wants to play in the NBA. He wants to play in the NFL. So this is the product of that. But now the kids that are, who knows, 6 or 7 years old, maybe that's the future. The 10-year-old. The 10-year-old today could be our LeBron James of soccer or our Michael Jordan.
Yeah, if that doesn't happen, I just don't see the sport ever really being embraced the same way. You know what I mean? Even though there's a league with 30 teams, there are 4 different minor leagues under it. So I mean, that's it tells you that there's a lot of people playing the game professionally, but we don't play it at the elite level. You know what I'm saying? It's kind
Yeah.
of like what we're used to with Acura being elite.
Yeah. We're used to the best of the best, and forget the rest, right?
Yeah, man. I'm with you there. The MDX right now, you've got a ridiculous deal going on, $489 a month, my brother. Come on.
Yeah, the MDX again, number one luxury 3-row SUV all-time sales in the US. Now 25 years on the road. In the generation 4, I think we're in. The car is nicer than it's ever been. I've been driving MDXs for years. It's a 3-row SUV, but honestly, I never opened the third row. It's a tank. It's a luxury tank. You want a sound system. You want to feel safe on the road. You want to be able to go into any kind of situation, whether you're facing weather or traffic. You got all the safety features. You got a beautiful cabin space with leather and up to a trim level with a massaging seat. I mean, you could do whatever you want in this thing. And take it on the road, great gas mileage. MDX is a winner. And whether you got a big family or you're just a big dude, you want a big car but not too big because you can park it. Some of these trucks, I don't know how these guys are parking with these things. It's sporty, but it's got space. It's a perfectly designed SUV.
Yeah, I'm with you, dude. To me, I think it's like a spaceship when you enter that baby. That's kind of what you end up feeling like.
You're a fighter pilot. You're a fighter pilot. Ready for anything. I'm going to Miami. Geared, where's my MDX? I'm going into battle.
Yes. cruise South Beach in your MDX and have a little fun out
Yeah,
there. And
yeah.
by the way, come on out here, see Larry Schlossberg. All the guys out here, they will, and some of the ladies too. They will take care of you here, and they've got a large selection of certified pre-owned vehicles too. At the same time, so you can also take advantage because the way things are right now, the used cars are also in demand, isn't it?
Absolutely, absolutely. I mean, the certified pre-owned program Acura has probably the best in the business with these 6-year, 100,000 mile warranties. I mean, you could buy a 1-year-old car, actually have a better warranty than a brand new car, and probably save yourself up to $10,000, $12,000 depending on the model. We have MDXs, you could save at least $10,000, and you're driving a 2026. Hey, maybe it's got 3 or 4,000 miles on it, but it's fully under warranty with brand new tires, brand new oil, and you're ready to go. You're ready to go, and you're saving money. Now you got all that money in your pocket. You can go down to South Beach and really have some fun.
I'm with you there. By the way, you got any concerts coming up?
We got all kinds of things in the works.
Not
We're,
you. Now I'm saying not just Doors Alive. I'm
oh,
saying like
you
you
know,
personally. Any
I got.
concerts?
I was looking, and I'm saying, you know what? I don't have any tickets to anything. I got to buy some tickets. I was looking to buy some tickets to figure out what to go see. But not me. I don't have anything. What about you?
Oh, I got the Fix. I think in about a week. I think I'm going to go see the Fix at the
One
Culture
thing leads
Room.
to another. One thing
Yes, it
leads to
is.
another.
Yes,
Where,
it is.
where are they playing?
They're playing at the Culture Room.
Okay. Yeah, I've
Yeah.
played there. I've played
Yeah.
there. That's a great room.
Yeah,
That's a great room.
that is probably one of my favorite places to see a concert is the Culture Room because
It's a loud room. It's a loud room.
yeah, but it sounds good. It's a
Yeah,
good
yeah,
sounding room, and then
yeah.
whatever band you see, you have a super intimate setting. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
it's just kind of the key is just go early, get your spot, so you can kind of be prepared for the rest of the night. You know what I'm
Oh
saying?
yeah,
That's
for
kind
sure.
of that's it. Because if you go in late, then yeah, you're kind of in the back of the crowd or whatever, and you're not. But there's some good spots too, man. I'm not going to give away where I like to
Yeah,
go
don't
because
yeah. Yeah,
because I'll,
don't
I'll
share
be
your
there early.
secrets.
I'm actually going. I'm actually going to see them on back-to-back nights. I'm going to go up to Orlando. It's called Live something. They're in Orlando, and I'm going to see them
Okay.
on Saturday there also.
Wow,
So yeah,
that's that's
I'm a huge Fix fan. Like I've loved
wow.
them since the '80s.
Wow,
Yeah,
get your fix, man. Get your fix.
I will get my fix. You know what I've been watching that I don't understand is all these old farts, whether it's Lionel Richie, whether it's Barry Manilow or Rod Stewart, they're all like, feigning on stage and running out of gas. And I'm asking and I'm looking at them and I'm going, why are they doing tour dates?
Right.
What, dude, just do a residency. Park your ass in the same hotel so you don't have to travel. You don't have to get in another airplane, different hotels. Just that's how those kind of people and you end up getting sick by doing
Yeah.
all that. And especially, dude, you're in your 80s. Like, what are you doing, bro? Like,
No, well,
none of these people even need any of this shit but they keep like going and I don't understand why they don't just make like they're so big that they don't need to tour. They can just set themselves up in the East Coast at MSG for a month and then go to the Sphere for a month, and if you want to go to Europe, then go to the O2 Arena for a month, and that's it, and your fans will travel for you.
yeah, I guess maybe it's like, people are chasing mortality, right? Like they don't want to give into that father time thing. They're like, I'm still young, I still look good, I can do this because they don't know anything better. And then
Right.
it's like, the mentality of maybe like people go to Vegas when they get like old and they wear like white jumpsuits and then they die, so they don't want to do that.
I really don't understand that. I feel bad for them, but at the same time, it's like, bro, make life easy on yourself. You're so big. Just do a residency, dude. Everybody will
Yeah,
come to you. The tour
yeah.
I'm looking for now is U2 because they just dropped a single. They're gonna drop a new album. And Larry, this year, because I think this is gonna be probably maybe their last big tour. I'm going to Ireland, my brother, to go see my favorite band, U2. How about that?
Wow. That ought to
Yeah.
be awesome, man.
Yeah.
You
See them
think
in
this is their
Dublin.
last year of touring? Come on,
Yeah,
Philly.
I think of major tours.
They're still pretty young, man. They're like they're like not even 65, maybe
Yeah,
64, 65.
they're somewhere there. Yeah, they're somewhere there.
Well, I mean, the
Yes.
Stones are going to tour next year, I hear. Their new album dropped today.
And it's fantastic, by the way. Like some of the songs already, like I think they've released like 2 of the songs. They're awesome, dude. I don't know how they continue, but they're freaks. I don't know if they'll continue. Bono is 66 years old. He
Okay.
just turned 66 on May 10th.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, but I
Well,
don't think this is the band that does it into their 80s.
right.
I think that maybe I'm afraid that after this tour, they'll be the kind of band that will set up residencies in different kind of places
Right.
like
Well,
that. 'Cause
they could do the Sphere. I mean, that's the band that could do the Sphere and then multiple nights at Madison Square Garden and whatever it may be.
well, they opened the Sphere, bro. I was there when
Right.
they the first. I was there for the opening night of the Sphere, and you too, man.
Yeah.
I went for that shit. I had to be there for that. That was Have you been yet to
No,
a
I
concert?
have not.
Oh,
I have not.
the best audio sounding concert you will ever be to is at a Sphere.
Yeah.
Because,
Yeah.
by the way, they're going to open up one soon on the East Coast. I think it's Washington. I think that they're
Yeah, like
building one.
Maryland or something just north
Yeah,
of DC.
yeah, it's slightly smaller,
Smaller
but
one, right?
but still, if you love a band that goes there, it's kind of
Yeah,
worth the
for
trip.
sure. It's definitely something to do. It's definitely something that's got to get done. It's
You
on the
make it.
list.
Yeah, you make it a trip and you go like that. By the way, I was going to tell you, and I've been saying it for the last couple of months now because the price has been ridiculous. If you have like somebody young starting off at home, the Integra at 239, that's like a super badass car for anybody, and it's super cheap at 239 a month. That's ridiculous, Larry.
Yeah, it's funny. The car it's a sporty car. It's got all the technology, touch screen. They've upped the game on the car. The 2026, they've refreshed the vehicle, wireless Apple CarPlay, 9-inch touch screen. It's got all the technology, say for the younger, techier person that says, "This is what I need to do. I need to stream my music. I need to be able to talk hands free on my phone. I got all this stuff going on." Yet we find older people with. I mean, yesterday a younger dude bought one. He's actually plays guitar in a band, and it fit his budget. And when you fold down the back seat and you lift that hatchback, there's plenty of room for equipment, whether you're in a music group or you're an outdoorsy kind of person heading to the beach. You need a big cooler and a place for your dog or whatever. I mean, the car kind of suits. I got moms with 2 child seats in the back. It's kind of doing everything for everybody.
Yeah, man. To me, I think it's a fantastic car, and the price is just absolutely amazing. And you're going to get an incredibly reliable vehicle when it comes to Acura because they last forever. I should know everybody in my family, my daughter, my wife, and myself. We all have been driving Acuras over the years. Larry, by the way, the service center, absolutely awesome. Mike Chan, Jordan Ferber, got a cafeteria, complimentary water, televisions, all that kind of stuff. So if people they own or lease an Acura, they can come out here and get it serviced, huh?
Yeah, come on by. We got free Wi-Fi. We got Starbucks coffee. Come in, bring your laptop, whatever. Watch TV. We'll wash your car for free. It's all good. You don't have to spend a dime.
That's right. And by the way, there's like a Five Guys next door. If you want to you got to have a little lunch or something.
We got a virtual food court next door. We got everything,
Yeah.
We got whatever you need over there in that shopping
It's a
center.
beautiful, like Firehouse subs. They got all kinds of stuff there, dude. Chick-fil-A.
Yeah,
everything.
there's a Cuban place, Las Vegas. There's Italian
right.
food. You got Mediterranean food,
Yeah.
a salad bar thing, or diced. If you need food, if you need food and you need a clean car, come here.
That's right. That's it. At Acura Pembroke Pines, 15601 Pines Boulevard. He is Larry Schlossberg, and tell him that Big O sent you. Larry, as always, my brother, I appreciate you immensely. You be good out there, man. Thank you.
Thanks, man. Big L signing out.
There's just one place to enjoy your Acura Summer of Performance event, Acura of Pembroke Pines. So hit the road in the new ADX, $289 a month. Acura of Pembroke Pines, the #1 volume Acura dealer.
Yes, it is the #1 volume Acura dealer. All right, hope you all are doing well out there. We sounding good, a lot better because we changed we changed the mic, we got a processor, all that kind of stuff. I was not happy with it, and Kosa, by the way, I don't know if you're watching. You're hardcore. You're usually here, and I appreciate you. Love you for that. But Kosa was brutally honest about it, that it wasn't up to par, and he was right. Because when I was going over the audio after, I was like, yeah, this is not good enough. We got to do a better job, and we did. We got a better mic, and hopefully it will sound better here on this show. All right, thank you all out there as always for joining us. Fitzgrass in the house, checking in from Naples. Don't forget Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That is Cash Big O Show. Cash App or Venmo. You can send in your questions, comments, insults. True Fin Fan, thank you for the love, sir. On Cash App, he says, hope you see what I wrote in the chat for son. Let me see here. Where we at, True Fin Fan? Where are you, my brother? We started off kind of rocky, so we were focused on the mic and all that kind of stuff. Let's see if I'm the Mannings. I want no part of this franchise. No part of this franchise. The shit franchise, and busting an Eli move on draft all day. Also, I'm not an Arch Manning believer. That's what he says. And Big O, my son Angel. Okay. Good luck, Angel. You are going to a tournament, I see, in Tennessee. So the key thing, Angel, is focus, my brother, and kick some ass. Have fun. Be yourself. That's what it's all about. You got confidence in yourself. You know that's why you're in the tournament. Now you go out there and have some fun, man. That's what it's all about. Lay it all out there and play your way. And I'm sure everything will work out. So good luck to you, and kick some ass there in the Tennessee tournament, man. That is pretty cool, man, Angel. Good luck to you, my brother. All right, good stuff there. Nice job by you, True Fin Fan, getting him out there to the tournament. It's good stuff. Good stuff. All right, what else do we have here? Oh, there's a lot of Texas out there. Thank you all out there. All right, good. But audio-wise, everything's sounding good, right? Okay. Says Big O, you may have had Farrah on your wall, but I had Fox, Samantha Fox. I remember Samantha Fox, but by the time Samantha Fox was doing her thing, it wasn't about posters on my wall already at that point. I was already like in clubs and, chasing some, when Farrah was on my wall, well, I was 10 years old, 12 years old or something like that. So, yeah, you're probably a little younger than I am, because when Samantha was doing her thing, I was already in high school partying and having some fun. That's when the Iron Maiden posters were dominating the room, especially my sophomore year and into junior. And then after that, kind of morphed into somebody else more in the senior year. I went more clubbing around constantly. So I was doing more of that because I was like, all right, love rock, but you just can't pick up as many chicks at rock concerts as you can at clubs. So I said, yeah, I got to go more to clubs. So senior year, it was a year of backstreets on a Wednesday night, ladies' night. I think it was Wednesday or Thursday was ladies' night at Backstreets. And then I'd show up at Hialeah High, maybe with 2 hours of sleep, Ray-Bans on, eyes bloodshot from partying. Yeah, those were the days. Those were the days. Those were the days. All right. Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That is Cash Big O Show. Cash App, or Venmo. All right, let's do a little 3A graphics sports calendar. If you're looking for custom printing and embroidery, reach out to my guy, Alan Blanco, 786-618-1443. Shirts, hats, uniforms, whatever it is you need. You can do it all by Zoom and email, and they'll have it shipped out to you right away. That's how everybody else does it. World Cup action last night. France defeated Morocco 2-0. Mbappe with a goal. Today at 3 o'clock, Spain taking on Belgium. Spain is minus 165 on the money line. Belgium plus 475. And by the way, Spain has not allowed a goal in the World Cup so far. Pretty impressive. Tomorrow, what a doubleheader. What a brace of games. Norway plus 300. England is minus 115 at 5 o'clock. At 9 o'clock, it is Argentina minus 145 and Switzerland plus 475. Summer League action today. The Heat are in action. Bucks taking on the Heat. Milwaukee. Okay. What are you going to do? And Golden Boot race. Right now, Mbappe has a slight lead over Messi for the Golden Boot. That is your 3A graphics sports calendar. All right. Thank you all out there, as always, for joining us. All right. Let's get to it.
Hi, this is Jeff, formerly of Welton Rayon, PA, a longtime sponsor of the Big O Show. Now that Dan retired, I opened Welton Associates. I started this firm with a simple belief. When you hire a lawyer, you should be able to talk to your lawyer. For nearly 30 years, I have helped Floridians through serious legal problems. At my firm, you get direct access to me, clear communication, and a lawyer who knows the details of your case. I believe technology should make legal representation easier, not more impersonal. At Welton Associates, you get direct access to me, clear answers, personal attention, and real advocacy. Look us up at weltlawfirm.com or give me a call at 954-966-4646. Consultations are always free. And let me know that you found me at the Big O Show.
All rise, football fans. As the Welton Associates PA Miami Dolphins report with David Furones is in session.
Welton Associates PA, where clients get direct communication, strategic guidance, and strong advocacy when life takes an unexpected turn. From property insurance disputes to personal injuries and bankruptcies, call them for a free consultation. 954-966-4646. Here's Miami Dolphins insider David Furones.
All right. There he is, the man, the myth, the legend. How you doing, baby? Here's his story. All right, no, forget it. Did you ever watch the Brady Bunch?
Yeah, of course. I grew up on it when it was on Nick at Night. You know, obviously I couldn't watch it when it was when the episodes were just coming out. But that's a core childhood memory. That, like, I would watch Nickelodeon, then it turns to Nick at Night, and they would put on programs like I love the Brady Bunch.
Yeah, man, definitely. So I figured, Sean ended up creating a thing that was Brady Bunch like, because we always do the side to side. So I figure, all right, let's change it up a little bit. We can have it and mix it up a little bit. I got to ask you something.
Oh, I see what you're doing now. I didn't get it at first, but now I see.
When we talk about the Dolphins a little bit, we talked about this before, and now that we're getting finally into the season and all of that, isn't it all about John Eric Sullivan when it's all said and done? Because when we start looking at the history of this team, you can talk about getting a quarterback all you want, but when you had a quarterback, his name was Marino. Did you supply him with the defense and the running game that he really needed to win? No, right? And why didn't you? Because God bless Shula, man. He was the best coach I've seen ever in my life. but he was not a very good personnel guy. You know, he has the same kind of issues that Bill Belichick has in a way. And the same way he got lucky with Marino, that 5 other quarterbacks went in that first round until he went. It's kind of the same way Brady falling to you in the 6th round, and some guy named Greer is the guy that's giving you the tip on, no, you should take this guy in the 6th round, and then it all works out for you. So it's just one of those things that it's really all about John Eric Sullivan. If he doesn't pick the right coach, if he doesn't draft the right players, if he doesn't find the right free agents, if he doesn't find the right street free agents, if he doesn't find the right undrafted college players, you're not going anywhere, right? It's really all about that one guy before any of the other dominoes can fall in place. That's the one that has to be there, right?
It's so true, Big O, and maybe subconsciously, I've thought of how many stories this offseason I lead with the perspective of John Eric Sullivan. Like the first time he made any offseason signing, like before free agency and earnest open, it was John Eric Sullivan has made his first signing as Dolphins general manager. When it was the Devon Achane extension, John Eric Sullivan has made his first or struck his first extension with a player that he inherited. Whether it was the first trade with Waddle, first major move to revamp the roster, first major decision in Tua Tagovailoa. All these things I've written. Like the first thing that comes to mind is from the perspective of the new leadership of the Miami Dolphins, and that this is how it's getting started in the grand scheme of taking the franchise wherever he ultimately can. So yeah, that's what it's all about right now. And then you just need to see how it sort of shapes out as far as him starting with bringing the right people in the first year. It's not, you don't have all the freedom in free agency, and you were able to grab some draft picks. So you had a huge draft class. It's about just bringing the culture in, the right guys that you want. Then you can have a true big free agency class where it's not just one big signing like Malik Willis, where you take a shot on a quarterback who you are familiar with from your previous destination, and then you just go from there. So yeah, right now it's all about what John Eric Sullivan is building, because even Jeff Hafley as the head coach, he's under that umbrella because that was his first hire. That was Sullivan's first hire as far as a coach. He had a clean slate where Mike McDaniel was let go, and then now Sullivan is leading or a big part of that coaching search, and obviously had a big deal in bringing Hafley here as guys who knew each other in Green Bay.
Yeah, it's really going to be all about him. So, because it's all about him, if Malik Willis succeeds, why is it he has success in the 2026 season?
He would probably be taking advantage of big plays down the field using the big arm. So if he can hit the deep ball with his receivers, just whenever it comes available, hit the big shot, go for the home run, and then if he can use his legs effectively, whether that's if they incorporate some design runs in maybe some zone read options where it's fake it to Devon Achane and then Malik Willis can go the other way, or on some scrambles, or just extending plays so that if the first and second read isn't there, and maybe it's on Malik that he didn't see it, but whether they're covered or it's on him, then that pressure comes. He can extend the play, and then maybe a receiver is going off his route to then go deep, and that's how he's hitting the big play. So if he takes advantage of those and limits mistakes, of course, because you can't be so Jekyll and Hyde, and then you're hitting a big shot 7-7 because you answered the other team, but then next time out you throw a pick, and then that compounds into another, and then you lose a fumble because you're trying to make a play scrambling. So avoid mistakes, hit the big plays when they're there, and the other stuff you just want to see it come, like decision making accuracy. That takes time. So I know they feel, as far as John Eric Sullivan, Jeff Hafley, who have seen him develop over a couple of years as a backup in Green Bay, that he's made strides in those areas. Getting put into a new system, that will take some time. So it was a lot of up and down. What we saw in OTAs and minicamp, very uneven, but that's just a lot of install. And then you just want to see him develop in those areas while taking advantage of what we know he can do, which is hit the big play and make plays with his legs.
Well, if Malik does have success, that means he's going to have a number one target. So who do you think? And this is an unfair question to you because, one, I don't think you've seen the best receiver play yet on the team. And two, it's really hard to predict who the hell is going to be that person because, everything's such an unknown. So I will ask you a really bad question on my part. Who's going to be his number one target?
All right. Well, based solely on OTAs and minicamp. So again, not too much you can delve into.
I'm setting you up for failure, bro. I'm setting you up for failure. That's kind of what it is.
Hey, as far as the guys who have already played an NFL season or seasons, then Jalen Tolbert, I think, stood out as his number one target in the receiving core. You would see him often go to him, maybe even like first rep. It's a play that goes to him. Also, I saw a lot of first reps go to Greg Dulcich. So it could be the tight end. I don't think the tight end would lead the team in receiving, but I think just relatively he could be a nice chunk of the offense, a nice chunk of the passing offense. But it could just as easily be Devon Achane on dump offs, on design, whether you line him up at receiver. So Devon Achane should be very productive in the passing game. But if I'm just going like straight, just taking the running back out of the equation, it might be Jalen Tolbert. And then as a tip of the cap, the caveat that you put out there, his best receiver might not even be practicing yet. So Chris Bell could easily, now if that depends on if he gets a full season, if he's healthy to start training camp, whether he starts on PUP, and then how much he's able to do lead in a build up to the season. If he starts the season on PUP and then has to miss 4 games, but let's say by the end of the season, Chris Bell is kind of like this wild card of he could be so great, especially what we saw him do with Louisville against the Miami Hurricanes at Hard Rock Stadium, where he will be playing his NFL games. That guy has the size. He's special. He has a lot of the intangibles. I liked what we heard from him when he spoke. So he goes about things the right way. Definitely went about his rehab the right way with the way with where he is right now. He was running 18 miles per hour on a treadmill even before the draft. And now we're talking about almost 3 months, 2.5 months since that happened. So, depending on how much he gets, he might be that best guy by the end of the season. Let's say if he develops over the middle of the year and however much he's able to progress from the ACL rehab.
All right. Now this team's in a difficult position in a way because you want to put your best players out there. You want to win, but you also don't want to force issues. And like I tell you, your best receiver might be a rookie, and his name is Chris Bell. Your best corner might be your best receiver might be Chris Bell, a rookie. Your best corner also might be a rookie in Chris Johnson. But you're so desperate in that secondary. There's not a lot out there. We're all kind of labeling him like the number one guy, but we also have to go, yo, bro, this is a rookie. You got to understand, Patrick Surtain struggled to get on the field his first year. It's kind of unfair in a way, and they've got to watch out on being too, they've got to be a little cautious on not rushing the kid because you're also so desperate back there.
Sure. Yeah. Now, Patrick Surtain, he was a rookie. Was it 98? Was that his rookie year? Yeah. So, I mean, obviously.
Now, he was battling Terrell Buckley.
Yes.
An experienced guy and all that stuff. But my point is, Sam Madison was right, and he was elevated right away, and he was the outside guy. That's what I'm saying. So it took Surtain a year to kind of figure things out. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I think ideally you see Chris Johnson go the Sam Madison route, but it'll be okay if he's going the Patrick Surtain route. Although you kind of do want to see him earn a spot right away because this secondary, it's not. So I guess I don't know, relative to what Surtain had to go to, if he's just on like that same trajectory where it takes him a year, I think is what I'm trying to say. So. It would be okay especially because you don't need to worry too much about wins and losses this year. So I think if you just see signs that he will be developing and that he's going to be a guy that goes about things the right way, and then you just see some flashes, but he's a guy that when the Dolphins drafted him, and this is what Jeff Hafley looks for in corners, is guys who can get it done at all three levels, which is to win, press at the line of scrimmage, whether he can win on intermediate routes, and then if he could go down the field and win against a receiver. And he sees Chris Johnson as that type of corner with the added notion that he can play inside and out. He could be your nickel cornerback covering the slot, and he could go out to the boundary. So I would say if nowadays in the NFL, a lot of nickel is run, even though Dolphins say it's going to be a base 4-3. It depends on that. The offense is probably sending out 3 wide receivers. You're going to be in the nickel a lot. So I would say in that sense, he could be your nickel when you do have that. And then if you go to the base and which might not truly be the base, but when you have your 2 corners, then whether it's if you got Jason Marshall and Juju Brents on the outside, which who might be the leaders right now for those spots, well, maybe he can work his way into grabbing one of those when it's just 2 corners on the field. So that's what you hope for Chris Johnson. And if not, then if he's only in the nickel, then all right, he's still just a rookie. He still has a lot of time to develop within the season, and he could still take one of those jobs from one of the other corners eventually. But ultimately, it's just going to be a lot of good competition that would be beneficial to him for his development.
All right, you're obviously watching the World Cup because I see you on Twitter, so you're constantly commenting. So you're watching a lot of World Cup, correct?
Yeah. Sometimes I might have a game that slips by that I don't catch because I'm busy doing whatever, but I just keep up and efficient soccer watching. Like, oh, okay, a goal was scored. All right, I'll just see the highlight or something. So sometimes I do that instead of watch the full match.
Dude, isn't it as simple as this? I know who Mbappe is. I've seen that guy. His name is Michael Jordan. You know what? The Harlan guy, I've seen that guy. His name is Bill Walton. You know what I'm saying? Like I've seen Mbappe. His name is Walter Payton. And isn't that really what it's all about? Isn't it that simplistic? Until America develops a badass like they do in hockey with the Kachuk, or as they do with, in football or in basketball or in baseball, the day we develop a badass or two in soccer that everybody is fighting for in the Premiership and Serie A to sign, then all of a sudden we will be getting past the 16 and we will finally start crossing that threshold on a consistent basis. We have no stars. Pulisic is James Harden. Pulisic is Ben Simmons. That's nothing. That we don't have a guy that fears anybody. We don't have a guy that, whether it's Messi, I know who Messi is, bro. His name is Isaiah Thomas. I know who Messi is. His name is Allen Iverson. I know them. I've seen these people play, but they don't play soccer. Those mother effers play our American sports. The day a mother effer wants to go play soccer, Dylan Harper wants to play soccer, then we'll be fine. Then we'll be good. We'll be headed in the right direction. Isn't it really just that simple?
I was going to go maybe LeBron for Leo Messi. You might be going more by his side. I think the longevity.
I'm just going because of the minute. I'm just going because of the minute size is why.
Maybe I also think
but I'm
Leo,
also adding,
LeBron,
dude,
Leo,
I'm also adding toughness. When I said Isaiah Thomas and I said Allen Iverson, I'm talking about Hall of Famers that, because of their size, they also
Small but
had to
mighty.
be, they had to
Mhm.
bring a level of toughness. And that's
Yeah.
what Lionel Messi has to bring, and Diego Maradona, and all these little tiny guys that play. You know, Mbappe's a little bigger than those guys, but those guys are small guys, but I know who they are. When they play here in our league, they play in the big leagues. They don't play soccer. That's our problem.
Yeah. Yeah. Ultimately, that is the big thing. In America, where would soccer rank as far as like popularity of youth males playing
big.
it growing up?
Big.
Like
Big.
it is big. Okay. But still, it wouldn't be like to the level of, all right. So, I mean, football and baseball, I know there's a big, especially in Miami, there's a big baseball sort of like community, or like a lot of like little league in
so
terms
is
of
soccer.
high school ball.
Soccer's huge, but
Sure.
it doesn't translate to the pro level yet. It dies out at the kid level, barely into high school. And then after that, it's all about rich kids and rich parents that can do travel soccer and all that. You know, look, dude, in baseball, like I've talked about it on the show, the major leagues, they'll go open up an academy in Venezuela and in the Dominican Republic and in Puerto Rico and all those places. Why? Because that's where the best talent is. But we don't open up soccer academies in Overtown or in Wynwood or areas where you can find underprivileged kids that are super talented, but they don't have an opportunity because their parents don't have the money to take them to travel soccer. So we don't open the door for them. And that's our problem. We just don't do it. We don't have a real dedication to finding the best of the best, because you and I know that the best of the best athletes aren't necessarily only the kids that are silver spooned. We know that a lot of the better athletes are the kids that barely can afford a pair of sneakers sometimes.
Yeah. And well, so you think of like American football hotbeds, South Florida, Texas, California. So along most of the Southeast, of course, all throughout, where you can play football year round. In some cases, almost year round, but like South Florida, definitely you've got like the 7-on-7 in like the winter months after the football season is over, and then like through the spring, whatever. So those kids are going out to the field and playing football. You just need a field. You don't even need cones most of the time. You just say like, oh, up to that tree, that's one end zone. But
it's up to the academies, Bubba. The academies have to say, no, we're not here about only for the kids that can pay to be trained.
Yes.
No, we need to open it up for kids that and have tryouts and have a league for a couple of months, so you can see a whole bunch of kids for an extended period of time, so you can figure out, okay, this guy's got potential. We can sign this guy.
Yeah, I mean, soccer isn't being played on those fields out there in the inner city. It's American football, and then you go up north, it's basketball. Yeah, exactly. The playgrounds in New York, in Jersey, the DC area, DMV area, Philly, Chicago, they're out there hooping. So, and then that's why, now France is making strides in basketball, whatever, some other nations, but still it's America, number one. America is going to be the favorites whenever it's on Olympics and, any of the FIBA stuff. If you have the best Americans playing, then the U.S. should win. Obviously, football by far and away, because it's our game down here. Baseball has become very much international throughout throughout all the Americas. So
basketball,
that spreads out a little bit.
Basketball is worldwide.
Yeah, basketball is now becoming worldwide too, but still it's just like the base of it is still in a lot of American cities where they're on the playgrounds hooping, because hey, all you need is to just go out to that playground where there's a basketball hoop set up that the city has developed, basketball rim, a court with some lines on it, and you're out there playing. You just need someone with a half decent ball. In some cases, not even. You just throw it around, throw it into the hoop.
Let's hope that they dedicate a little bit more to it.
Mhm.
All right, what do you got going on in the Sentinel so folks can check you out?
Yeah, getting the last of our countdown to camp files prepared. They haven't been put out yet, but that starts on Monday actually. So that'll start Monday with the. I wrote what are the realistic expectations for John Eric Sullivan and Jeff Halfley going into the start of this rebuild. So start to check that out next week. We'll have 10 countdown to camp files between myself and Chris Perkins over the next 2 weeks. So the weekdays, we got 5 and 5. That leads us up to then finally the week that camp begins after those 2 weeks when veterans report. And then within that, some rookies will report. So we're getting down to it pretty soon. We're going to have some football practices to cover.
Bro, thank the Lord. Can't wait, bro. This has been the worst off season of all time. It's been so slow because the Heat were out and the Panthers, were injured, unfortunately. So this has been a really thank God for the World Cup, actually. The
World Cup. Yeah. Hey, and those teams made some moves. And hey, the Red Hot Marlins too. You got the Marlins.
Yeah. The only problem is they don't exist on this show unless they make the playoffs. So that's the only problem. But it is what it is. All right. Follow him on Twitter at David Furones _ and catch his exceptional work there at the South Florida Sun Sentinel. Reach out to our friends at Welt and Rheaume, personal injury, property insurance claims, bankruptcy. The consultation's completely free. Reach out to Jeff, 954-966-4646. Save the number because we are in hurricane season. So if you suffer any hurricane damage, roof damage, water intrusion, fire and smoke damage, mold-related damage, claim denials and underpayments, they can help you out all the way through. Unfortunately, we got a lot of people dealing with financial issues, Chapter 7, 11, 13. Reach out to them, 954-966-4646. Have a fantastic weekend, my friend. Appreciate you.
Thank you. You as well, sir.
This has been another session of Wealth and Associates PA, Miami Dolphins Report with David Furones, the law firm that knows your name and your case. Wealth and Associates PA. Get personal attention from a firm that treats you like a person, not a file. We're proud to serve individual families and businesses with a commitment to treating every client with respect while providing aggressive representation you deserve. Call them for a free consultation. 954-966-4646. Wealth and Associates PA.
All right. Let's see. Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That is Cash Big O Show. Cash App or Venmo. Don't forget, visit our friends at Caneswear and go to caneswear.com. You can go in person at 2655 South University Drive in Davie. Use our code. You will get 10% off in person or online. And online, by the way, if you order over $99, you'll get free shipping. So there you go. I mean, it's easy to go over $99 because it's easy to go over $999 because I'll just keep buying and buying and buying and buying. There's so many things. It is really an addicting place to go. Brett just came up with just a place for heaven for South Florida fans because they got anything and everything with the Canes logo on it pretty much. But they got Dolphins, Marlins, Panthers, Inter Miami, and Heat gear. So check it out. All right. There you go. And tell them the Big O sent you. They will take care of you. And save yourself some money. That's what it's all about. Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That is Cash Big O Show. Cash App or Venmo. Dino, thank you, sir, for the love on the super chat. He says, I'm focusing on development, coaching, game plans, and toughness throughout the season for the Dolphins. If we get more than 5 wins, I think we found the real head coach. What do you think about that? We have to see a couple of seasons of it because with Flo, you felt pretty good after 5 wins, and then you found out he couldn't build an offensive staff. You see what I'm saying? And then he also was an asshole and couldn't get along with people. So, yeah, I'm not there yet. I got to see. I need to see a couple of seasons for it to kind of convince me of it, Let me see. Do I go this way? Because I see that on the YouTube there, on the live tube, We are a little bit not as centered. Oh, that's why I also got the damn mic stand in the way. Okay. Let's see if that helps. Okay. Don't know if I'm getting more centered or less centered. No? I think it's less centered. Okay. Maybe this way gets me a little bit more centered. I don't know. I'm trying. Let's see. All right. Just tell me if it's a little bit more centered there. It looks like it now. All right. Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That is Cash Big O Show. Cash App or Venmo. Dino, I'm with you. I agree 100%. I'm also looking for that. I just want to see competence. I want to see if they can do the job, but I'm also going to assess it after a couple of years. It's not just one season. I'm not doing that anymore. I'm not going to get excited about a couple of words that a coach says. I'm not going to get excited because they win 2 or 3 games. I'm going to get excited when I start to see competence throughout for a couple of years, where I see real improvement from year to year, where I see real competence from year to year, where I see that you improve the staff and you improve the roster and the culture is improving from year to year and you're having more and more success. I don't want to see this, because that's all we ever see from all these coaches. Even Jimmy Johnson, it was just one of those things that there was no consistency to it. Yeah, I'm not a fan of that. I'm not going to be a fan of something like that. So I need to see competence, and it's going to have to be over a stretch of time. I'm just not falling for the banana in the tailpipe anymore. I'm not. When over time, we'll find out if we have the right people or not. That's what we'll do. That's really the only way. That's, to me, the way I'm looking at it. Okay. Let me see what we got here on the chat board. Well, we got here Oscar Rojas, number 1. Stephen Harris, thank you. Jaybird in the house. Gus 1388. What else here? Big Johnson, happy Friday to you. Kosa, True Finn fan. Jeff in Long Island. Scott Weatherington in. Lenny Pena, Alexis Palenzuela. That's right, folks. Smash the like button. Ray Varnicus. Thank you, sir. Friday's here, and I'm ready to pop open a few green lizards. Think Blue Dodgers is smashing it in L.A. Kevin Hawthorne out in Lakeland, Florida. Jamie Rosaria in San Jose. He says, it's Friday, thank God. Rough week. Remember to smash the like button. Well, hang in there, Jamie, my brother. Hope things get better for you, my friend. Let's see who else. Dolphin Dave in. Oscar Rojas says, Big O, no ice incidents so far. Yes, we have not. Everything's kind of been calm, thank the Lord. Great games, and everybody visiting the World Cup praises and loves the U.S. Maybe we should trade those people with the ones that live and hate and criticize our country. I don't think it's about our country. I think it's about a certain movement by a certain person. I don't think it's that people necessarily hate America and Americans. I think it's they hate what's going on our leadership is what it is. It's not they get here, everybody wants to move here. That's not what it is. But what we don't want is to change the kind of lifestyle that we've had here for many, 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 many years. So that's what it's really all about. What else do we have here? Anthony Kyle Campos. We had that guy, Ryan Tannehill. It's a good one. Luis Medina, I see, is in the house. Oscar Ross, you were right about the headphones, by the way. Nice job by you, sir. I hear the Ostradamus and Larry. Thank you. Thank you all for helping out there. And sorry about the technical difficulties, but I think we're on our way to, fixing the issue here. So I can do solo stuff. What else do we have? Ray Grullon, Culture Room is very cool. Early bird, I recommend definitely. Always. I'll be early for the Fix concert. I'll be there early camping out. If anybody's going, come on out and say hi, all right? Whether it's here or in Orlando, please come out and say hi to both Fix concerts. I'll be out there with the wife having some fun. Fitzgrass is checking in from Naples. Havana Lou, he says, you may have had Pharaoh. Oh, yes, I read that. Let's see who else, because I started from the top. Horn Dog said, I had Little Kim poster during my college days. Lord have mercy. Ray Grullon, thank you, sir. Brian Landis with a little Archie Bunker comment. Let's see. The E-Dude, Belgium will probably get their rectum kicked by Spain. They used up all of their energy on the make another gaff against soccer team. Yeah, but they're just better than we are, man. That's all. Big O, why women's soccer national team is by far because we have the best of the best in the women's playing. We don't have it in the men. The best talent that's available in women's sports play soccer. Oh, and I don't know why, but they have a better feel for the game and using each other. And the midfield play is so much better. Now we're getting a little better at that. We'll see, man. We'll see if we can finally make some moves in the next 10 to 15 years. But I've been hearing the same shit for decades. True FinFan says, I'm praying Malik turns into something great. I just see a guy that's been bad everywhere except 3 games of his career. Yep. Oscar says, I was having the same combo with my friend. You're absolutely right. Until we get a superstar and produce superstars here in soccer, we will never win. And you're absolutely on point that we need clubs in those areas. We have to invest money, man. And I know it's a pain in the ass for people because it's really easy to create an academy that people can buy their way onto. But creating academies that you go and truly invest in kids that don't have the money, that will end up paying off even more. For the first time in a decade, I'm looking forward to the Canes and Panthers season this year. I have my Fins on the back burner. Right. Fins are about development, but the Canes and the Panthers are the seasons that we're definitely looking forward to. Let's see. Big O, did you say centered or censored? Dino, thank you, sir, for the support, and we appreciate that. Very kind for your generosity, sir. Rosendo says, I'm excited about Willis, but I'm realistic. I don't think he's going to lead us to any promised land, but we didn't pay him like he would. I think coaches have trust at QB while they install their system. Let's hope so. Mr. Carson is in. Juan Rosa. Lenny says, I'm so sick of the dysfunction with our Dolphins. Hopefully, with Sully and company, it'll turn around for the better, but we have to wait and see what happens. Agree? And Canes are a bunch of front runners. They suck. I don't know why you would say that, Anthony. They good, man. They good. So things aren't looking good for Tyreek Hill, apparently. In fact, it's looking pretty bleak for Tyreek Hill. Story coming out now doesn't sound necessarily as rosy as it did before for Tyreek, because people were talking about, I remember Chris Johnson or Chad Ochocinco or whatever. I know he does some, does he do it with Shannon Sharp or something? I only see like the YouTube, not YouTube, the social media, like little cuts. And when it happened during the season that he blew out his knee, like a week or two later, Chris Johnson, Ochocinco, whatever, he's a nice guy, a good person at heart and all that. But on like the mic, he's so perfect for this business because all he does is say stupid, and ridiculous shit. Like constantly saying stupid and ridiculous shit. You can go back and check it out because I saw it myself. Oh no, Tyreek will be fine. Maybe he could come back by the end of the year and help them make the playoffs. He thought he would come back last year by the end of the year and make the playoffs. Seriously, that video's there. You can find it, I'm sure. So, playing in 2026, James Palmer says maybe that doesn't happen. There still is, to my understanding, no guarantee that Tyreek Hill plays in 2026. I think it's wishful thinking. Over what became a Final Four game as a member of the Dolphins last season, Hill recorded 21 receptions, 265 yards, and a single touchdown. However, campaign came to a shocking end when he dislocated his knee, tore multiple ligaments, including his ACL. He turns 32 in March of this year, so it's fair to wonder if his age at least has somewhat slowed him down even before he suffered this type of setback that can threaten and even end his playing career. So now it looks like he has a huge gap still in getting healthy and may not even be able to play this year. His career is over. And if he comes back, he's never going to be the same player again. He's never going to have the gear that he had a couple of years ago. You just got to, I guess, feel for the guy to a certain extent because it's not the way any athlete wants to go out. But, I mean, we have to kind of be honest. You'll be 33 next year going into an NFL season that you had not played now in 2 years. Yeah. And the only thing you can ask for is the NFL minimum. That's it. There's nothing else he can ask for. He will not have any leverage whatsoever. So I can see somebody bringing him in for a workout and giving him a chance. But Tyreek Hill's career is pretty much over. And it ended that day on the field. Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That is Cash Big O Show. Cash App or Venmo. Let's talk a little bit about Christian Pulisic. So he's now got a microfracture in his fibia. It's going to take him a couple of weeks to recover. This is his second injury in the World Cup. Christian Pulisic doesn't bring any toughness either to the table. You're the guy for the U.S., so they're coming at you. And apparently you couldn't take the punishment. And it's funny because you do go overseas and you play overseas. It's not like you've played pretty well overseas. Is it because you kind of get lost in the shuffle with everybody else and you're not the main guy there, so you can be more of a complimentary player there? But here, you're the best player, so they're going to come after you. And you weren't able to live up to it. And then it's 2 injuries. And you didn't play for 2 games. And they advanced without you. Pulisic is it's just not good enough. We're developing complementary players like Pulisic. We're not developing stars. You know how I like to call Bam a super role player? Well, Christian Pulisic isn't even a super. He's just a role player. That's how far behind the U.S. is. Hopefully they'll start creating some stars so guys like Pulisic can actually complement. That would be a good thing. All right. Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That is Cash Big O Show. Cash App or Venmo And I do have a dolphin story that will piss some of you off. Some of you others out there, you're going to kind of completely understand. And that's kind of the way it goes, right? All right, let's get to some birthdays. Who is celebrating birthdays today? We'll start off with musicians. Jessica Simpson, born in 1980. Jesse Lacey, lead vocalist and guitarist for the Brand New Heavies, born in 78. Imelda May, Irish singer, songwriter, and multi-instrumentalist, worked with Jeff Beck, Eric Clapton, and David Gilmour. She may have some talent. Born in 1974. Gary LaVox, singer with Rascal Flatts, born in 1970. Paul DiStefano, guitarist with Porno for Pyros, born in 65. Graham Lambert, guitarist with Inspiral Carpets, born in 64. Martin P. Casey, keyboardist with Nick Cave and the Bad Seeds. Sandy West, drummer and founding member of the Runaways, born in 59. Neil Tennant, vocalist with the Pet Shop Boys, born in 54. Victor Conti with Tower of Power, born in 51. The late Greg Kihn, Our Love's in Jeopardy, baby. He died of complications of Alzheimer's in 2024 at the age of 75. Rest in peace, Greg Kihn. Let's see who else is celebrating a birthday today. Jerry Miller with the psychedelic group Moby Grape, born in 43. The great Ronnie James Dio with Elf, Rainbow, Black Sabbath, Solo, born in 42. Rest in peace. We lost him in 2010 to cancer. That damn cancer. Hate that freaking cancer. Let's see who else. Mavis Staples, American rhythm and blues gospel singer, actress, and civil rights activist, born in 1939. And John Johnston with the Johnston Brothers, born in 1919. Now we move over to other famous people born on this date. Remember, if I don't give you an age, that means that they have passed away. And artist James Whistler, born in 1834. Educator Mary McLeod Bethune, born in 1875. She's not alive? Why? Anyway, TV news anchor, commentator David Brinkley, born in 1920. International Boxing Hall of Fame member Jake LaMotta, born in 1921. Actor Robert Pine, born in 1941, still with us, he's 85. International Tennis Hall of Fame member Arthur Ashe, born in 43. Actor Ron Glass, that's Barney Miller, born in 45. Baseball Hall of Fame member and Southwest High grad Andre Dawson, born in 54. He is 72 today. Musician Christopher Martin from Kid and Play, born in 62. He's 64. Football Hall of Fame member and Dirty Fingers, Urban Meyer, born in 64. He's 62. You know that they have Urban Meyer. It's called the Florida College or something like that on the West Coast by St. Petersburg. And they have Urban Meyer like part of like their board of ethics and stuff like that. Florida Memorial or something. He's like on their board. Urban Meyer. You know, they're like one of the smallest colleges in Florida, and they have the president is the highest paid state employee. Friends. Ones that we may have some, let's get friends. The ones that'll put us in power, let's have friends. Anyway, as I digress, it's just information that just is flowing in here and just. Actress Sofia Vergara, born in 72, she's 54. Actor Adrian Grenier, born in 76, he's 50. Actress Jackie Chung, born in 79, she's 47. Let's see. Actor Thomas Ian Nichol, born in 80, 46. Actor Morgan Dudley, born in 2001, 25. Actor Mason Thames, born in 2007, 19. And those are famous people born on July 10th. Now, you all are asking, well, wait a minute. What happened today in music history? That's what we're here to do. We're here to give you all the facts. In 65, the Rolling Stones started a 4-week run at number 1 on the U.S. singles charts with I Can't Get No Satisfaction. And I try, and I try, and I try. I'm really doing the Devo version, not the Stones version. Which, by the way, the Devo version, I love it, bro. If you've never heard, I can't get me no satisfaction. I can't get no go reaction. And I try, and I try. Seriously, I love the Devo version. Anyway, in 65, Sonny and Cher released I Got You, Babe. I Got You, Babe. And in 65 on this date, also, Wilson Pickett released In the Midnight Hour. How about that? Right on this date. In 68, Eric Clapton announced the breakup of the supergroup Cream as it finished out its last tour. I was 2 years old at that time, and I was really hoping that they'd roll around for my 3rd birthday and I can go, but damn, ran out. Anyway, in 76 on this date, One Hit Wonders, the Starland Vocal Band, started a 2-week run at number 1 with Star Rockets in Flight, Afternoon Delight. The song enjoyed a prominent appearance in the 2004 film Anchorman, The Legend of Ron Burgundy. In 79, Chuck Berry was sentenced to 5 months in jail after being found guilty of tax evasion. In 85, Playboy magazine published nude photos of Madonna that had been taken before she was famous. And bro, those pictures stirred it up because Madonna had an Amazon bush. Seriously, it's like she had never shaved since she was born. Now some of you are going to scramble to go look for Playboy pictures of Madonna. You can go ahead. But I'm serious. There wasn't a weed eater on earth that was going to be able to trim that yard. All right, here we move on. In 85, Tina Turner started opposite Mel Gibson in the post-apocalyptic action flick Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome. Turner sang 2 hits for the movie, one of the living and one, We Don't Need Another Hero. In 89, the Monkees got a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame at the ceremony. All 4 Monkees reunited for the first time. Mike Nesmith had been a holdout on their reunion tour. He finally took, and they're all gone now except for one. But it was nice to see that Nesmith finally came around and then started to join them because he just didn't take appreciation to it. And he should, because the Monkees made a huge impact on a lot of people's lives. They should appreciate that. In 2006, Tom York released his debut solo album, The Eraser, and it features Harold Downhill. In 2007, Interpol released their 3rd studio album, Our Love to Admire. It features the Heinrich Maneuver. In 2007, Smashing Pumpkins released their 7th studio album, Zeitgeist. It features Tarantula. In 2009, Robert Plant was officially named a commander of the British Empire after being bestowed the title by Prince Charles of Buckingham Palace. In 2009, Shakira released the electro-pop album She-Wolf. In 2016, Aerosmith lead guitarist Joe Perry suffered a cardiac arrest while performing with Alice Cooper and Johnny Depp, fellow members of the supergroup The Hollywood Vampires, in Coney Island in Brooklyn, New York. The 65-year-old was rushed to Coney Island Hospital, where he was listed in stable condition. In 2017, with nearly 2.9 billion views, with 2.9 billion views, See You Again by Wiz Khalifa and Charlie Puth broke the record for the most viewed video on YouTube, overtaking Gangnam Style by PSY, by Psy, that is, August of 2017, and then it was overtaken by Despacito. Look at you, Mr. Fonzie, getting fancy. Fonzie getting fancy. Let's see if there's any birthdays that were left off the other lists. Sixto Rodriguez, best known as Rodriguez, was born today in 1942. Arlo Guthrie, shit, that wasn't on the list, 79. Bella Fleck is 68. And that is it. And that's what happened today in music history. All right, folks. There we go. Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That is Cash Big O Show. Cash App or Venmo. You can send in your questions, comments, insults. Big O, what's the name of the Tyreek Hill orphanage? Not sure, but there'll be one soon. USA sucks at soccer. We just don't care about the sport that much. Seems like it. Happy birthday to the visionary innovator Nikola Tesla, who brought electricity into our homes. All right. Mbappe is Michael Jordan. Are you kidding me? Have you seen him play with Real Madrid? He's for two. He's choked and has 0 titles or trophies. Yeah, okay. Well, but you know what I mean. Like, we need a great player. He's still a great player in soccer. You know what I mean? Yes. Where would France be without Mbappe right now? So he's the best they got. We don't have anything like Mbappe. Big O, see you live at the Plaza on Saturday, the 18th. I'll be right there next to you in Dublin, Ireland, rocking with you, my brother. Really? You're going to go to Dublin too? Wow. That's going to be awesome. If I see you bastards out there in Dublin, that's going to be the best. I'm going to give you a big old hug, bro. That is awesome. Well, definitely, we got to go. We got to go. If I really see you in Dublin, we got to go to a pub and share a beer. That's what we got to do, for sure. I don't know how many of you, but this trip, I am definitely going to Dublin. Guaranteed. Pat in Nashville already says he's going with me. I would imagine that I haven't talked to Greeper yet on it, but I'm sure his crazy ass will be up for it. His crazy ass is up for anything. But that'll be a trip that I think will be gone for like a week and a half or two. Because I'm sure it'll be a couple of shows in Ireland and probably in London. Because I'm going to shoot over to London because it's right next door. So that's probably what I'm going to do. So Oscar, that's the plan for us. It's Ireland and probably England. Because I would imagine that the tour dates are going to be right next to each other. Only makes sense. It's logistically right there. So there's no way I'm going to go up there to just see him once. I got to see him a couple of times. Plus, they might play different songs in different shows. Not a lot. U2 doesn't do that. They don't do what Pearl Jam or The Cure or, some of these bands that they're so awesome where they, Metallica, things like, they don't do that. But they will change one or two songs sometimes because they did that in New York when we saw them. They had a section that it wasn't programmed. It was just lights on stage, and they played like a 4 or 5 song set. And right there in those 4 or 5 songs, they would switch up 1 or 2 of them on there. And that allowed me to hear a couple of songs that I did not hear in other places. So that was actually cool. Yeah. In fact, if I remember correctly, Red Flag Day is one of them that was not played in every concert during that tour. And Raised by Wolves, I believe, maybe. Was it maybe Raised by? No, maybe not. Maybe Raised by Wolves was everywhere. So I'm trying to remember the other one, but there's another one that I remember also that they switched out, and that was like really cool because they didn't do that a lot. What else do we have? Big O Madonna also had the. Oh yes, she had the armpits also. Yes, yes, that's right. Yeah, she was all out. I'm here. I'm French woman. That's it. That happened to me when I was 18 years old. I'm in Paris. I've told this story before. I'm in Paris, and I go to this club, and I'm by myself at 18, walking around Paris and all that. And so at night I get dressed, go out to a disco, a club, and I'm sitting there. I'm picking up this really pretty girl, and I'm talking to her and trying to talk to her. Okay, she knew a little English, so it was kind of like a back and forth, this and that. And so we dance a little bit, and then we go to the side to go talk, and I get us a couple of drinks, and then I notice when she reaches for her drink, I see hair, and that was the first time that an American boy had to like, wait, whoa, what? Wait a minute, was that hair? Was that more hair than I have under my arm? So that was an adjustment for me, seeing a woman with more hair than I have under my arms. I gotta say, that was a bit of an adjustment for me. Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That is Cash Big O Show. Cash App or Venmo. So overall, audio was good with Furones. This audio much better than the other day. Everything good. And then everything when we fixed it with Larry, it was all good. Give me the heads up to make sure I feel a little bit more comfortable about it, that I'm doing the right things here. I just want to make sure, because I was not happy with it the other day at all. I was very unhappy with the sound. And I said, no, no, no. There has to be a way that we can get quality sound, because we normally would use a mixer and all that. But with Sean not with me, I got to do something that's a little bit more mobile and easy to put together, because I'm an idiot. And since I'm an idiot, I got to do things that idiots would do, that, it's kind of like stupid proof. And for me, I need anything that's stupid proof. So apparently I got that something that's stupid proof, and it looks like it's worked. And I may not even need the headsets now, from what I see. All right. Let's see. What else do we have? Why are my chats coming in double and triple? I don't know. I have no idea, my brother. Maybe sign out and sign back in, or something like that. Don't worry about it. I know you're not spamming. I know you, dude. So it's all good. Oh, Calajo says all good. Oscar Rojas says thumbs up. Lenny says, Big O, European ladies that must have looked like that. She had buckweed in a hairlock. Dude, she was beautiful. She had dark black curly hair. She was gorgeous, bro. Gorgeous. I'm telling you. Gorgeous. Fine too, man. Fine. But I had never dealt with that before till that moment. I was like, whoa, that's a little different. And at 18, I was naive. I didn't know or think about that at all. Didn't cross my mind at 18. At 18, then in the mid 80s, I guess I'm, a little bit more remedial in life. I'm not that educated or worldly or anything like that. So when I saw that, I was like, whoa, that was an adjustment. Yeah, that was definitely an adjustment. All right. I told you guys, we talked about this, right? the Spurs announcer, and we talked about it 2 days ago, that the Spurs announcer got in trouble, the play-by-play guy, because his girlfriend got a hold of his phone and ended up posting on Instagram a picture of him and another girl, that girl happens to be a sister of one of the players on the team. So now Jacob Toby has been fired. And we talked about this. Can you be fired by this? Because you're cheating on your girlfriend, but you're not cheating with an employee. You're cheating with a sister of an employee. But the problem is you're also embarrassing the team because you're the play-by-play guy. And that's exactly what ended up happening. So his tenure as San Antonio Spurs television play-by-play announcer has reportedly come to an abrupt end following allegations involving the sister of a current Spurs player. The controversy erupted earlier in the week after posts appeared to Toby's Instagram account that seemingly acknowledged an affair with Lauren Waters, the sister of Spurs guard Lindy Waters III. One post featured a photo of Toby's longtime girlfriend. By the way, his girlfriend is a smoke show. She's a very pretty blonde, dude. Wow. Anyway, this is my girlfriend of 6 years, but I cheated with her with Lauren Waters. So feel free to continue following me if you really think I'm a good guy, because I'm not. Then a second Instagram story included what appeared to be a photo strip showing Toby and Lauren Waters kissing. The post quickly spread across social media, drawing widespread attention from NBA fans and media observers. According to Ryan Glispiegel from Front Office Sports, the fallout has now reached Toby's broadcasting career, with the veteran reporter stating that Toby is out as Spurs' lead play-by-play announcer. The timing of Toby's reported departure stands out because the Spurs have yet to finalize a local television home for the upcoming season. So I'm wondering, and this has to fall under Texas law, of course, because it's in Texas, right? So I asked ChatGPT, okay, Toby got fired. He's an asshole. He was cheating on his girlfriend. His girlfriend got pissed. His girlfriend got a hold of his phone. She's a scorned woman, scorned lover. You understand what she did. You don't blame her. Fine. I get all of that. Okay, so now let's compartmentalize the entire situation. Let's cast all of that aside. You're Toby. You lost your job. You lost your job because you cheated. But legally, do you have any recourse against your ex-girlfriend? So I asked ChatGPT in Texas law, okay, what happens? Texas recognizes this tort if someone intentionally accesses your phone or private accounts without authorization in a way that would be highly offensive to a reasonable person. This may apply. Conversion or trespass to personal property. In some circumstances, unauthorized interference with your phone or digital property can support these claims. Defamation. If the Instagram post contained false statements that harmed your reputation and contributed to your termination, you may have a defamation claim. Interference. If the person intentionally interfered with your employment relationship by making the unauthorized post, a claim for the interference with an existing contract or business. Let's see. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Or business relationship may be available. Interference was intentional and improper. Intentional infliction or emotional distress. This is generally a last resort claim in Texas, as it's only available in extreme cases where no other legal remedy adequately addresses the conduct. Civil claims under the computer access law, depending on how they gained access, e.g. by bypassing passwords, logging into your Instagram account without authorization. There may be claims under the Federal Computer Fraud and Abuse Act or other application laws that, although these claims may be technically complex. So he could be in for a shitstorm in proving it, because you also have to say, does she have she had access to his account? But was he showering and then she went into the account and posted all that? Even though it's, the information is not like a lie or anything, it's actually the truth, but it got him in trouble. It got him fired. So can he sue his girlfriend for emotional distress, loss of income, all those kind of things? Because yeah, he cheated on you, but you're not allowed to go on his phone and trespass his privacy and post that, which then in turn hurts him. Yeah, you hurt your relationship, but now you're hurting somebody financially, which could set them back, which, by the way, this has completely killed his career. You're not going to be hired by another play-by-play. There's no way you're going to get that job. That's a sweet-ass job, too, dude. You were on one of the best teams in the NBA that just got to the finals and could be going back to the finals. Wow. Maybe Toby and Diana Rossini should get together and start doing sports talk. Right? Uncomfortable sports talk with Toby and Diana, or Diana and Toby, however you want to do it. We'll go Diana first because she's probably a little bigger name than Toby, just a little bit. So Diana, being uncomfortable with Diana and Toby, who would be better to talk about being uncomfortable in any type of position than Diana and Toby? I like it. There's a future for Toby, and it's with Diana Rossini. I like it. At least we found an option for Toby. I think that's a positive right there. Man, lose your job because of that. That's why you should avoid sweets in the candy store. In other words, do not mess around in the workplace. No, sir. No cagas donde comes. Don't shit where you eat. Big O, can I send you a letter about my homeless situation? Yeah, listeners, find me some room to rent studio. Sure, you can, my brother, and I'm sorry to hear that, man. I know things are really rough out there for a lot of us. So, yeah, definitely you can send it to me, and I'll maybe not turn it around right this second, but yeah, definitely. I will be doing a short show tomorrow because Manny Navarro is not going to join us today. He'll join us tomorrow, so I will probably do a short show tomorrow with him for the heck of it from the studios. So yeah, send it to me, and we'll definitely pass it on, and maybe folks can help you out. Man, look, this is what I always say in life. In life, none of us can do it alone. We all do it together, and we all can help each other one way or another in life sometimes. And Lewis, send me the information, man. Maybe there's folks out there that can help you out, and maybe they have a studio or something that you can rent or something along those lines, my man. And by the way, if you have something like that for renting or something that you can help out Lewis, one of our hardcore listeners, send it. My email is bigoradioshow@yahoo.com. 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 Okay? Send it there. None of us can do it alone in life, man. We all need each other, one way or the other, believe it or not. All right. Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That is Cash Big O Show. Cash App or Venmo. Let me see. We did some of that also. What else do we have to talk about? Dolphins wise, this is one where listen, now don't get mad at me because I'm not the guy. I did not write the article or anything like that. But we have talked about the same subject in a way. That's where I can't necessarily disagree with the guy to a certain extent. But Austin Bundy is the name of the writer. I don't know if he's Bundy's kid or not, but he's on Fansided. And he writes about Arch Manning and that Arch Manning, if he decides to enter the NFL draft, it's he better try to pull an Eli if certain teams are there. So he says, speaking of the teams, there are 4 franchises that the Texas quarterback should aim to avoid being selected by should he be projected the number 1 overall pick in next year's April draft. Let's identify them and explore why the situations are too dire for a Manning to try and fix. First and foremost, he goes with the Cleveland Browns. It's quarterback purgatory. There's not much else to say here. Every passer since Tim Couch in 99 has been an abject failure for this franchise. Unless they manage to escape a la Baker Mayfield, Deshaun Watson will be gone. But there's no sane player out there who wants to try and compete with the ego of Shedeur Sanders. For as good as Manning's talents are, there's just no way the Browns are going to be in position to set him up for success. Then he goes with the New York Jets. The team is desperately trying to tank to find a franchise QB. Oregon's Dante Moore seemingly returned to school in 2026 in order to avoid being taken second overall this past April by the Jets. If he's not the one stuck in the Big Apple next year, the team will be aiming for Manning. His prospects are bound to be doomed should he land here. All right. He goes on to talk about other things on the Jets, but I'm not going to finish. Then he goes with the Arizona Cardinals. Where to begin here? The Cardinals are a poorly run organization that's wasted Kyler Murray's potential and can't even seem to manage paying Jacoby Brissett's reasonable salary. This would be equivalent of Eli trying to avoid the Chargers. Manning can't allow himself to play for Arizona until there is serious organizational change. The Dolphins are his 4th team. He rounds it out. These are the 4 teams they got to avoid. Here's where he first screws up. While everyone loves living in Coral Gables, we're not talking about the University of Miami, buddy. We're talking about the Miami Dolphins. And yes, you can live in Coral Gables, but that doesn't mean that everybody that moves to Miami moves to Coral Gables. But anyway, the Miami Dolphins are not in a position to offer Manning a bright future. This is another team attempting to tank as much as possible while pacing itself in a fire sale of assets. The offense is headlined by running back Devon Achane, and that's it. That's the list. Manning would also have to fight Malik Willis for the starting role should Miami feel a QB battle is the right course to take. Why would Manning want to enter a situation where he unintentionally will be the center of drama? Just look at Murray and J.J. McCarthy in Minnesota this summer, or Sanders and Dylan Gabriel in Cleveland last year. There isn't another team where he'd enter as a clear starter, barring serious injury or to the departure of the original QB. Manning would likely be better served in a place where he must sit behind a veteran and develop before starting. Miami isn't going to be that place. And this is where we've reached the reputation. The reputation of the Miami Dolphins, and we've talked about this, haven't we, many times on the show, that the Dolphins are the same shit as the Cardinals, the same shit as the Browns, the same shit as the Jets. Haven't we talked about that? We have. And I'm from Miami, and I'm from here, and I see that. And I'm willing to admit it, sadly, but I am. This guy's an outsider, and he sees the same thing of how low the Dolphins have fallen, that they are at the level of those horrible football teams and horrible franchises. That means our franchise is one of those horrible franchises now. And it is true, they haven't found a quarterback since Marino. No one can really succeed here. And by the way, Marino didn't ultimately succeed here. You guys do know that, right? That Marino didn't ultimately succeed here. He failed here. Yeah, he failed here big time. Screwed up, but that's That's the truth. That's the tooth, as they say. They didn't get the running game from him. They didn't get a defense from him. He failed. It's not his. I never, ever, 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 ever in my life will blame Marino. I will always blame Shula and the personnel department for being ultimate screw-ups. That's who I'm going to blame every single time. For sure. But there's a reputation. Eli Manning doesn't want to land here. And let me tell you something. That would be, can you imagine being a Dolphin fan and we got to go through what the Colts and the Chargers have gone through in the past? That people don't want to play for you? That would be pretty bad. And to have an owner like Stephen Ross who's willing to do anything it takes, yet you're not willing to come play here or you don't want to. And that's where we don't want to get to. It's already there in the media. It's already there. That malaise is already hanging all over the organization. The last thing we really want to do is permanently join that group. Let's hope Sully can turn this thing around, dude. Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That is Cash Big O Show. Cash App or Venmo. What do you think Anthony Davis is doing? Because the way, Anthony Davis. What do you think Anthony Davis is doing right now? Because I find it kind of like what he did in New Orleans when he wore a shirt that said, "That's all, folks." And he wanted to go to the Lakers. It was kind of obvious. You guys remember that? And so Anthony Davis now, he's 33 years old, okay? The Wizards' big man is expected to seek a full max contract extension. Davis would be in a figure of $275 million for 4 years. The 10-time All-Star acquired by the Wizards last February in a trade with Dallas, but Davis did not appear in a single game for Washington due to a hand injury. As it stands now, Davis has 2 more years left under contract. He is owed $58.5 million next season and $62.8 million player option in 27-28. Now, he puts on this article, of course, there is virtually no argument right now that Davis is deserving of a full max extension at this point of his NBA career. No, he's not. No, he's not. I know Anthony Davis is a hell of a player when he plays, but the dude is made of glass. He's Humpty Dumpty. And nobody's been able to put him back together again, ever. And this is the part I wonder. You've got to be, if you're Washington, you're so desperate and stupid. You've got $130 million that you owe him over the next 2 years as it is. Why am I going to add 275 more on top of that? Are you stupid? And is this Anthony Davis, knowing that the Wizards aren't going to give him that contract, force the issue to get traded to Golden State, where he's going to sign a much less lucrative deal? It'll be way smaller what he'll sign with Golden State, because they don't have the money, because he's chasing more the ring with LeBron and all the other guys, because that's what's been talked about. I can only think that, because I know the Wizards are a terrible organization, but you're going to tell me that you're that stupid that you would extend this guy for 4 years and 275? Really? Wow. Man, I wish the Lord blessed me with a few more inches of height and talent so I could have stolen all this money. Because it looks like a lot of fun to steal hundreds of millions of dollars and not do a damn thing about it. It's freaking awesome, dude. Wow. Website again. Big O Radio Show at yahoo.com is the email. Big O Radio Show Big O Radio Show at yahoo.com. That's what the although on YouTube it's the Big O Radio Show, but Big O Radio Show. That's what the Instagram is, Big O Radio Show also. Anthony Davis is probably recuperating from another surgery as we speak. Bag of it. Well, he is from a hand injury. Yeah. Big O Anthony Davis has never and will never reach the so-called potential. He should never, ever get another big contract. I don't understand that. How would you give this guy a 4-year, $275 million extension? You have to be the dumbest team on the planet to do something like that. That makes zero sense to me, dude. That one I don't get whatsoever. Okay, so the LeBron recruiting is getting kind of interesting right now. The way teams are actually recruiting LeBron James. I don't know if you guys have seen this. This is definitely a new one. Teams aren't necessarily meeting with LeBron James now. They're not like setting up a meeting and going to his office, or he's not traveling to them to do an interview. No. Teams interested in LeBron now are having to resort to unusual methods to recruit him. Teams interested in trying to lure James have been allowed to record voice notes and send them to James' agent, Rich Paul, according to Shams Charania. Paul then passes them along to the free agent forward. Some of the leading suitors have been able to send a voice note to him, Rich Paul, Charania says, which whether it's the owner, president, or general manager, they're able to record a voice note, send it to Rich Paul, and then that makes its way to LeBron James. LeBron has essentially cordoned himself off, making himself a free agent, making his free agent decisions alone, and is not giving teams a chance to actually recruit him personally. This has gone as far as it's ever gone. Obviously, there's only so much convincing anyone can do in a voice note. James's silence and lack of hints on an offer have led to a lot of speculation about his most likely destination. His ultimate destination probably will, his ultimate decision probably will not come with much notice, even for the team that ends up signing him. So we don't know when it's going to land. We don't know when it's going to be said. We don't know really who's the leading teams, because everybody throws out Cleveland, they throw out Miami, and they throw out Philadelphia. And I don't know if there's any other teams that have kind of gotten into it. I don't know what's going to happen. I still don't think Miami. I really don't. The one peace of mind that he comes to Miami is that he'll have a professional team. He'll have a professional coach. It'll be run like a professional regular season. And that, I think he will appreciate that. But if he really wants to win, dude, Philly and Cleveland are the options. You come here, it'll be much more fun as a Heat fan to have him here. But you're not really going to win anything specific, dude. You're not going to win any real. You're not going to achieve anything really sweet here overall. Yes. All right. Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That is Cash Big O Show. Cash App or Venmo. Big O, I think it should be a crime for teams to give an injury-prone player like AD all that money. Yes, you are correct. But if Washington wants to do it, then we know why Washington is Washington. And that's it. That's all we can do. Lenny thinks, to me, LeBron already knows he's headed back to Cleveland for the perfect storybook ending to his narrative-driven career. All of his moves are calculated. That is true. That is true. I can't argue with that one. Yeah. That one makes a lot of sense. All right, folks, we are out of here, man. We thank the great Larry Schlossberg. Appreciate him as always. We thank Sean Stanley for helping me out big time, man. We also thank David Furones. Tomorrow we're gonna have Manny Navarro, so be alert for a short show tomorrow. Hit the notification bell. You know when we pop in. We shall see you tomorrow. Thank you all out there for tuning in. Thank you for hitting the like button. Thank you for making a donation. All of that, we appreciate it. Don't forget to hit the like button before you go. We'll see you tomorrow. Same time, same place, same bat channel.
This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show.